Okay, so in the free version of Mailchimp, if you've got a free account, you can create an automated email, but it can only contain one email. Now that's absolutely fine if you have an offer that you're trying to promote, like a free ebook, so that when people sign up, the automated email will contain the PDF document and it will go out to them automatically, which is great. So we're going to show you how to set that up in your free account now. So we go up to create, and we go to email, and we go to automated. Now we've got all different things about, what sort of automated emails we want to send out. Apart from all those, what we can also do is just click on custom, and we can have a little bit more control over what we want to do. So let's call this one our first offer automated email. Okay, and then we choose our list, of which we've only got one, and we click on begin. So this is the window where we set up our automation. Okay, so we've got things at the top here. We've got edit settings. We can click on that. We've got our workflow name. We can change the from name, who it's from, so we can change that quite easily. We can change the from email address. Personalize the to field. So we've already been over this in when we set up a regular email. We put, instead of saying to, as it says here, instead of saying to bob@example.com, we can put a merge tag in there for the first name or the last name. The only option we don't have is picking it from a drop-down list like we had in the regular email, so we have to type it in manually. There is a link there that will tell you all the different merge tags available to you. Oh, let me just move me out the way again. So these are all the merge tags available to us for it. So we can actually copy that there, F name, and we can close that and then paste it like so. And then it's going to send it to Bob, not Bob Smith, but just Bob, because we've only put the F name in there. Okay, so that's the personalized to field. Tracking, we can track the opens. Mailchimp tracks it. Mailchimp tracks the clicks. Mailchimp tracks plain text clicks. If you send a plain text email out, which we're not doing, we can put a title for the email in the Google Analytics settings, so we can track it in Google Analytics. I'm just going to call that automation first offer single email. Okay, that will be the title in Google Analytics when we see it in there. E-commerce link tracking. So again, if we've got products in there in the email, then any products are clicked, it'll track that. It'll collate the data and the price and sort of sales that you're making through your emails as well. Goal tracking. Okay, what we can do, I'll go over goal tracking in a different lesson, but basically, if we've got goal tracking enabled, we need to enable it in somewhere else. If we've got goal tracking enabled, then we can trigger automations depending, or we can actually put people into a segment depending on what pages they've visited on your website. So I'll go over that in another lesson. It's an entirely different lesson. Okay, let me just move me out the way. I'm in the way here. We've got the auto convert video, as we went over in the regular email session. If you have any embedded code in your email which contains video, some platforms can't play that video, it can't show it. So what Mailchimp will do is it'll recognize it and it will turn it into a merge tag, so that when people do click on it, it opens up in a relevant, it'll convert them into an email, a more user-friendly email where people can click on it and watch the video. Okay, so that's the settings. I'm just going to update that. What else have we got here? So this is the setting for the single email. If we upgrade, then we can actually build a sequence of emails where we can have, 5, 10, 20, 50, 365 emails if we so wish. We'll go over those in another module. For now, we've got this single email that we can do, and the options that we've got is this is the name of the email. It's currently set to default by my custom workflow. We've got a trigger, and it's currently set to 1 day after subscribers are manually added to workflow. So we can click on that, edit, and we can choose what sort of trigger we want. We can change the trigger, and we've got things like workflow activity. So we can have a trigger when a previous email. Sorry, actually, it cannot be the first trigger. None of these can be the first triggers. But basically, once we've got further emails available to us, we can have things like previous email sent, previous email opened, or previous email not opened, previous email clicked or not clicked, or a specific link clicked. So we can use all of these as triggers. E-commerce, again, we've got things like purchases product, purchases a specific product, purchases product from a category, not purchased any product, abandoned cart, or email retargeting. These can all be triggers. Campaign activity, so if they've been sent a specific email and you want to target them again, then we can pick that campaign that we sent and use that. If they open the campaign, then we can target them with that with an automated email. So it could be like a follow-up, what did you think of the content in this? What did you think of the video? Not open campaigns, so if we sent them something, if not opened it, a few days later, we can have an automation go out that then retargets those people that didn't open it with the same information, so that you can try and encourage them to open it a second time, or they might have just missed it full stop and you don't want them to miss it. If they clicked in a campaign for any of the clicks, we can have an automation go out and then send an email to them for whatever reason. If they did not click a campaign, so if they've opened it and they've not clicked any links, then we can target them with an email saying, you didn't come and view our website, or you didn't come and view our offer, you didn't book our event, or something like that. Or if there's a specific link, if you've got, say, 3 or 4 links in an old campaign, but you really, really want to target them on a specific link that was clicked, then you can choose that link and you can choose that campaign. And for those people who read that campaign and clicked that link, then this email, this automated email will go out to them. We've got things like audience management. So we've got when somebody's manually added to a workflow, this will be triggered. Sign up, so when somebody subscribes to Lexia, that's basically like anybody who joins the list, like the single welcome email in the last module that we did. If somebody makes a change, if somebody changes some of their information to a specific value, you can have it trigger an email. If somebody joins a group, we can have it trigger an email. If somebody leaves a group, we can have it trigger an email. And if somebody is added with a tag, we can have it trigger the email. Now, these are the ones that we're going to look at. We're going to look at the join the group. So as we've said in a lot of the external sign-up options and the setting up, the preparing of the list, we've used groups to sort of put people into segments when they sign up, depending on what they sign up for. So if they sign up for offer A, they go into group A. If they sign up for offer B, they go into group B. If they sign up for group C, they go into group C. And then what we can do is we can pick group A out of here, and this can be the automated email that goes out to people who end up in group A, and it can have that sort of free ebook for offer A. And then we can create a second and third one. I'm going to show you that full process in a couple of modules to show you how to do that. So that's the one we're going to focus on in a minute. Now, I just need to create the groups again because I got rid of them. And the other thing we've got is integrations, and again, we can pick the API, and we can have somebody, if we've got a developer who wants to do something very specific and very sort of detailed, then you can have them use the API to trigger an email as well. But again, it's kind of beyond the scope of this course. We want to get you going, and we want to get an automated email going out to you. Okay, so what I want to do is pick a group. Now, I've actually, since recording some of the previous modules, I've actually got rid of the groups just to tidy things up a little bit. So I'm just going to quickly go in and recreate some groups so we've got something to use. Okay, so just quickly, I've just created these 3 groups, offer A, offer B, offer C. And what we're going to do is just refresh this. Let's go back into the triggers again to edit the trigger. Change the trigger. We're going to go back to audience manage, and now we can see we've got joins group. We've got the groups active. We're going to click on joins group. And what we need to do now is change the delay. So we can actually change all sorts of different things. So we can have it go out immediately. We can have it go out in however many hours we wish. We can have it go out in a few days' time, or we can have it wait as many weeks as we like. Now, if you're giving away a free product, you want it to go out immediately anyway. Okay, so we're going to change the delay to immediately, and then we're going to select a group from here. So this is going to be the automation for offer A. Okay, and we're simply going to click on update trigger. Okay, now we've got things like schedule, so we can actually schedule when the automation goes out. So the trigger, now we're going to go over sort of triggers and schedules in more detail actually in another module. So don't worry about the schedule for now. We're going to leave that as every day, all day. So what that will do is when somebody does sign up for offer A, it's going to immediately send this email out. Filter by segment or tag. We don't need to filter it by a segment or tag. Again, I'll go over that in more detail in another module. And post send action, we can add different things once the email's been sent. So for example, we could actually tag somebody to say offer A sent. If we have a tag, say offer A sent, then we can add that tag to them once that email's gone out. So we know when we look at our list, yes, they're already in the group for offer A, but we also know that the email has been sent out to them just by looking at their names on a list, which is really handy. Having extra tags, having a lot of tags is really quite beneficial. It gives you lots of information. It just gives you so many more different things to segment and to target people as well. So we can use tags, or we can also use this to move them into another group or to add them to another group, which can also trigger another automation. Okay, so we can do that as well. We're going to go into that in more detail a bit later on. So the next thing we want to do is design the email. So as you can see, it was called My Custom Workflow, so we can give it a better name. So we can call this one Offer A Email. Okay, give it a subject, and we can say, hey, F name, here's the amazing ebook you requested. We can give it a preview text. You've requested the amazing ebook about how to use Mailchimp. Here it is. Again, we can change the from name. We can change the from email address, and we can change the Google Analytics for this specific email. Now, we did go in and change the settings for the whole automation, which what that will do is that will give us a default settings for all the automations, such as like the from name and the from email address. If we go in here and change it, it will override those settings for this specific email. If we did have a sequence, then we could change it for every one. But basically, because we've only got the one, whatever we set for the automation, if we change it here, it's just going to override it for that. Okay, let's just call this the offer A email. Okay, and we are going to click on next. And then just like any other email, just like any regular email, we go through the process of selecting this template. Now we've got all the Mailchimp themes that we can use. The Mailchimp basic layouts, the Mailchimp themes that we can choose from, the saved templates that we've already created. We can pick from previous campaigns that we've sent, or you can code your own if you want to. We're just going to go with the bog standard. In fact, I'm just going to pick that one there, new default template. And I'm not going to bother changing any of the content in this. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then at the top, we've got all the normal stuff, preview and test. So we can send preview emails, we can send test emails. We can preview emails, we can send test emails, we can push it to our mobile app, open link checker, and change the settings for the social cards. We can save it as a new template. We can save and return to the workflow without starting the email. But once we're happy with it, once we're happy with the design of the email, we've got everything in there that we want. Actually, what I'm going to do is just put in the text saying, here's your ebook, down, and then just put this, download. And I cannot spell, download. Let's highlight that. Click a link. We're going to put a file. So I'm going to select that PDF, and I'm going to select insert and insert. So now this email goes out. We've got the here's your ebook, and there's the download link so that people can get that PDF document. Okay. I'm going to save and close, and we are going to save and continue. Okay, so we've gone through the process now. We've set the trigger. We've given it a name, edited the settings where necessary. We've set the trigger. So it's only going to go out to people who end up in offer A group. So it's going to deliver the offer related to that group. Schedule, filter, and post-send action we're not too worried about at the moment. And we've designed the email. It's got the link to the PDF in. We can see the preview, and we are ready to continue. Okay, so audience, Lexiards, tracking. Yep, we are tracking. And offer an email is the only email that's going out there. If we had a sequence of emails, then we'd see all the emails going down here as well. And when we are happy, and we can start sending, simply click on start sending. Okay, so now we've got the automation prepared. Once people start signing up and ended up into the group for the offer, then they will get that email that we've just created. And that is basically a mini funnel that we've got going on. Now I'm going to go through the whole process of doing that from different sources, whether you've got a landing page or a website sign up form. I'm going to show you how to do that as a whole sort of sequence rather than putting the lessons together. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's your first automated email set up and ready to go. If you've got 3 offers, then just go through that process 3 times.